Hello guys, so today's menu is going to be Ogbono Soup and Semovita. So that's all that we are going to use. Every ingredient that we need is set on the table. I already cooked the meat. Now I'm just adding my pepper to the meat. I already added palm oil. But at this point, as I was turning, I discovered that I needed a little bit more of palm oil. Ogbono soup is a soup that you need to be generous with your palm oil so that you have a very good color at the end of the day. So yes, I just added more palm oil because I realized that I needed more palm oil in the soup. So now I'm just turning and I would cover it up and allow it to cook a little bit more just to make sure the palm oil is well cooked. So now the palm oil is cooked, I just opened it up and I'll be adding every ingredient that I needed in the soup. So after turning it, I will add my salt. I usually use plain salt, so now I'm adding salt to it, and afterwards I will add my onion powder. I always love onion powder in my food, so I just added my onion powder, and after this my Maggi will go in, and that will be Maggi chicken. So yeah, I just added the Maggi chicken and I'll just stir again and taste it and be sure it's good to my taste. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just stirring it. I want to stir it properly and make sure it's evenly stirred. Then I will be adding my crayfish. That's my blended crayfish. So whenever I'm cooking my ogbono soup, I make sure to add crayfish in 2 sets. Right now I've added crayfish to it, and towards the end of the cooking I'm still going to add more. Crayfish is something that you don't want to manage when you are cooking your ogbono soup because it gives it a very good smell and a very nice taste. So that's the first set of crayfish that I'm adding to it. I just stir the soup together. Now my ogbono will go in. That's my ogbono right there that you see that I'm adding to it. So I will just stir it again, stir the ogbono properly, and make sure it's properly mixed together. So that's what I'm just doing right now. I'm stirring the ogbono to allow it to go into the sauce and mix up very well with the protein and the sauce in the pot. So yes, that's what I'm doing right now, like you can see. So I will just mix it up very well, then I will cover it to cook for like 5 minutes, then we will come back to it. So yes, that's what I'm just doing now, stirring, making sure it's properly stirred so you won't have some lumps in it. So after it is properly stirred, I would cover it up and allow it to cook for like 5 minutes. Then we'll come back again to it and stir it again to see what level it is, if it's needed for you to add a little bit of water, because at times it will just be too thick and you'll realize that it's necessary to add a little bit of water. But at this point I found out that it's just the consistency that I wanted, and I'm just adding my collard green to it. I love to use collard green for my ogbono soup, and that's my collard green right there. It has already been washed and cleaned properly, so I just added my collard green to the soup. And right now, like you can see, I'm just stirring the soup, mixing the collard green up properly with the soup. So after stirring it properly, I will just make sure to add the second set of my blended crayfish. Just like I told you at the beginning of this video, I love to add a lot of crayfish to my ogbono soup because it gives it a very nice aroma and a very unique taste. So that's the second set of crayfish that I'm adding to it. And after I've added the crayfish to it, now I'm stirring it again. I'm just going to stir it properly and allow it to mix up evenly with the proteins and everything that I have in the pot. So as you can see, that's what I'm just doing, just to stir it and make sure it's properly mixed together. So that's our end result. We just cover it up and allow it to cook for like 5 more minutes again. And I opened up the pot, stir it, and at this point our ogbono soup is ready for us to serve. I already made my semovita. This is not shown in the video when I was making my semovita, but I already did, and I wrapped them up into sizes. So right now I'm just going to dish the ogbono soup, and we are going to be eating it with semovita. So you are invited. Please bring your dish. Come join us on the table for today's meal so we can enjoy it together. And that's our ogbono soup. You see the end result, how it looks so beautiful and it tastes so unique. Right there beside it is the semovita that I made, and that we are going to be enjoying it with this ogbono soup. So thank you, my viewers, for watching. See you again. Bye bye.